This is the news in brief from the United Nations. As part of his tour of West Africa, UN Chief Antonio Guterres has visited Niger, where he said on Tuesday that the country needs the full support of the international community to keep terrorist groups at bay. The UN Secretary-General was speaking in Oualam in western Niger, where he expressed his solidarity with communities targeted by deadly attacks in January that left at least 100 dead and displaced many more. But it's not just military and financial assistance that Niger needs, Mr. Guterres said, as he highlighted the climate shocks and drought that have created dire humanitarian needs in the country. The best way to fight terrorism is to give people hope, the UN chief continued, to show them that they have a future where people can have access to schools, hospitals and work. In Ukraine, UN humanitarians have begun to help the first evacuees arriving from Mariupol's heavily damaged Azovstal steelworks, more than 2 months since Russia's invasion began. Early reports indicate that the evacuees started to arrive later than expected on Tuesday at a reception centre in Zaporizhzhia, more than 200 miles north of Mariupol. It comes after more than 100 civilians were allowed to leave the steelworks complex at the weekend. From the UN World Health Organization, or WHO, Dr. Dorit Nizan, incident manager for Ukraine, reported that many other civilians from towns and villages on the outskirts of western Mariupol had already arrived at Zaporizhzhia reception centre.
We have already receiving people, and mainly mothers and children, from Mariupol and its vicinity. So these people continue coming. And I don't know if you can see in the background, but cars are coming with volunteers from the region here, Zaporizhzhia, that are driving them from the contact line.
Before the Russian invasion on the 24th of February, Mariupol's population numbered around 500,000. Today, around 100,000 are believed to remain in the battered city, the WHO official said. For this year's World Press Freedom Day, on Tuesday, UN Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet has paid tribute to courageous journalists who continue to risk their lives for their work. Many reporters have little choice but to work amidst ever-increasing harassment, intimidation, surveillance and risk to their lives and livelihoods, Ms. Bachelet insisted at a ceremony in Geneva.
They do so for the sake of all of us, so that we have access to free, accurate and independent information, so that we can live in just and peaceful societies. Their work helps build a foundation for some of the fundamental human rights we should all enjoy: freedom of opinion, information and expression.
It is crucial that journalists continue to expose atrocities, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights noted, her comments following her condemnation of deadly communal violence in Sudan's Darfur and reported summary executions of civilians in Bucha in Ukraine. Daniel Johnson, UN News.